The National Assembly is proposing a uniform 4-year renewable tenure for elected local government officials across the country. According to other proposals by the federal legislators in the Constitution Review, those contesting local government elections are expected to be not less than 25 years of age. Such contestants are required to hold a minimum of secondary school certificate or its equivalent and must be sponsored by a political party. Power to remove local government chairmen and vice chairmen is vested in councillors, thus stripping state governors of power to dissolve councils. The proposals are part of the broad recommendations by the Joint Constitution Review Committee of the Senate and House of Representatives adopted at the recent retreat in Lagos. Now, to help put this into perspective, we are joined by legal practitioner Towo Oseruoja. Thank you, Towo, for joining us. I'm just going to go straight into asking you first off, with what you're seeing happening right now as regards local government chairman's tenure and the age limit, what's your take on this new development? Okay,
you're welcome, and thank you for the privilege. Yeah. Well, the development is a welcome one, and we must get some things right in the right perspective, that the Constitution never gives the governor the power to remove a local government chairman. And secondly, the Constitution did not recognize someone who is not elected to administer or govern a local government administration. That can be found in Section 7 of the Constitution, which expressly stated that the management of a local government must be someone that is democratically elected by members of those local governments. So if the National House of Assembly has deemed it fit as part of the constitutional review, what is silent? Sorry, let me put it in a clear perspective. What is silent in that Section 7 is the tenure of the local government. That is silent. Then another thing again, where the states derive their powers from, where they act or traverse with the provision of the Constitution, is Section 4, subsection 7 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that gives State House of Assembly to make laws for the good governance of a local government. So states hide behind those laws. So if the National Assembly, in the course of amending the Constitution, want to make this thing expressly clear, is a welcome development. So the fact that the tenure of a local government chairman is simplistically stated in the Constitution. Then two, the power to remove explicitly is stated in the Constitution. That will really kill this continuous quagmire, continuous crisis, and total disregard to the express judgment of Supreme Court.
Now, there have been talks about, local government autonomy, and this has happened for quite some time, especially with, what the Attorney General of the Federation had said sometime last year, rather. But one would ask that what does this role, what has happened right now, this new development in the National Assembly, how does this play a role in achieving local government autonomy in Nigeria?
Well, let me make one thing clear. That is something we fail to understand, is that the laws are clear. The Constitution is clear about the local government autonomy. What the state governors, or what with due respect to the office of the Attorney General of the Federation, what they fail to understand is the political will or the human attitudes to the provision of the Constitution. So outside that, the Supreme Court, which is the apex court of the land, has made a statement as to the local government autonomy. So I'm also surprised that the president and also we have the Attorney General of the Federation, who is having meetings with the governors, who is begging the governors to comply with the provision of the Supreme Court, the decision of the Supreme Court. So that now brings the fear again. The law may be there, but what about the human attitude? I think it means nothing if the human will to implement the express provision of the law. I told you categorically that if you look at where the state governments are hiding under, is that Section 4. And if you look at that Section 4, every law passed by each state regarding the management of local government, regarding the dissolution of local government, regarding the affairs of local government, is ultravirus with the express provision of Section 4. And if you look at the fourth schedule of the Constitution, expressly stated the roles of the local government. So let's see if this is stated in the Constitution. Then the other thing again, let's see the judicial interpretation to it. But with the body language of members of the House of Reps, you know, this kind of amendment is a rigorous one and is a big one for that, which we invoke Section 9 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as to the process. And I can tell you, as a matter of fact, if you look at the statement of the members of House of Reps and the Senate saying they want to consult their constituency, I must tell you, let me don't be of bad view, but the consultation of their constituency is the governor of their state. They want to. Aside that, I don't think. Let's just see. The campaign will start soon, and I believe this is one of. Let's not look at it as constitutional whitewash.
But then again, I'm just here thinking, reality check. Do we see the governors actually allowing this to come to fruition? I'm talking about local government autonomy in Nigeria. Would they really be willing to lose their powers to the local government right now, at this point?
You see, yeah, at this point, let's look at it realistically. That is why some of us were a bit comfortable technically with the judgment of the Supreme Court when it comes to the issue of Rivers State, when it pronounced on the state of emergency. So the governors have seen what it means for power to be taken over, for a state to be controlled, a state they ought to control is taken over by an individual. So that is what has been playing on in the down segment of the third tier of government, which is the local government. So let's see if the governors want to concede to it. But from the body language of the Senate, from some of the senators, and for the body language of the House of Reps, and also you remember that even if the Senate and the House of Reps consent to it, we also require the two-third assent of confirmation of the State House of Assembly. So, and we are also aware, and it's within the public knowledge, that the House of Assembly of a state is more robust than even the National House of Assembly we criticize today. So the orders are much, but let's see if the people are politically enlightened, particularly when they will not be paying tax and they know that the tax is used in running the government, if they will be more politically enlightened as they are religiously inclined to see that they push this through and also start sending body language to the state, to the governors that their return ticket is in their tongue if this does not pass through. And I will surprise you to say that you still see some local government chairman who will kick against this move. It's as bad as that.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Toh, for having this conversation with us.